where the food is real great and the music's first rate, where I'm glad that I ate Maestro Bistro. Where you hear old-time tunes and all kinds of croons, where they play and sip spoons, Maestro Bistro. Where your time is well spent, it will leave you content. We will never relent, Maestro Bistro. Public supper's the style, it will bring out a smile. Come and stay for a while, Maestro Bistro. Relax and eat slow, where you quietly dine and enjoy the show. Tap your foot while you chew, it's digestively good for you too. Where you hear all the notes and songs about folks, food and music evokes Maestro Bistro. Where the rhythm will vamp, whether dry, wet, or damp, it's that main little camp, Maestro Bistro.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Maestro Bistro. I think this is number 7. We've been going every month since the first pandemics hit the US. So we're excited to be sharing more of Maine Fiddle Camp with you this month. I am Neil Pearlman, your host for the evening. And I just wanted to remind you, we've been doing a little bit of interacting with you watching live at home in your living rooms through YouTube and Facebook and whatever. We can actually see all of the comments that you make live, so totally write in, say things to us. We'd love to hear from you, and particularly, you know, this is a dinner show. We all want to know what you're eating. We're the performers here. We're sometimes like to share with you what's going on with food. I've got something in the oven right now that maybe you'll see at the end of the night. So let us know what you're eating, and maybe we'll chime in and say hello back. In any case, we've had some technical wizardry coming from the co-host of the show, camp director Doug Protsik, in the past couple months with his mysterious synchronizer that somehow allowed live playing together on a broadcast like this. And I'm gonna see if Doug's there to come on. He wanted to maybe even just start things off with one of those. Oh, I think he is. Hey Doug, you there?
Oh, hi Neil, and hi everybody. It's great to be back at Maestro Bistro Plus, and I thought we'd start things right off with trying another version of our playing synchronized here in 2 different places, magically here with the gizmo that we've been working on.
Yeah.
So, and I thought we'd, in honor of the Simon St. Pierre family, who Simone St. Pierre, wife of Simon St. Pierre, famous Maine fiddler, has passed away recently. So in honor of his family, here's a couple of tunes that we learned from Simon years ago and we've enjoyed playing over the years. We call it Simon in the key of D and Simon's in the key of G.
Great.
So here we go.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess it did.
All right, great job, Neil.
Yeah, you too, Doug.
Okay, well, I guess it's time to move on with the show. So take it away, Neil Pearlman.
Thanks, Doug. Okay, we're going to get on to the actually scheduled performers for the evening. Our first artist of the evening is she actually wasn't on the credits that played because she jumped in so last minute, and we're so thankful. Stuart Kenney had a bit of an emergency and couldn't perform today. We're gonna reschedule him for later in the later in the year. But we were so excited and thankful to have Jennifer Armstrong join us and teach a workshop earlier today, and I'm gonna bring Jennifer on now. Hey, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
We're very excited to have you here. Where are you joining the show from?
Right here at home, Gypsy Rose Farm in Belfast, Maine.
Ah, beautiful. Have you been? How's the fall been going? Are you growing a lot up there?
Well, the garden always suffers because we have a lot of animals. We have meat birds and turkeys and pigs, milk goats, 2 horses one of which I am actually learning to ride, which is very exciting.
Wow. Cool.
So yes, so the garden usually is the last thing on the priority list.
Right, sure.
But we did still get some good vegetables out of it. The ones that the goats didn't eat.
Right, right, sure. That's amazing that you're riding horses and everything. Don't get the chance to do that myself. Have you been working on much music during this time?
I have been. I've been writing quite a few songs. I'm going to try one out with you all tonight.
Great.
So yeah, that part's been really great. Friend of mine, I told her I just couldn't seem to remember to take the goats, the vegetable ends and things from the kitchen. And I didn't know why I couldn't. I was sort of doing this big psychoanalyzing thing. And she looked at me and said, why don't you just write a song about it? And so I wrote, go into the barn, gotta take the goats their treats. And it worked amazingly well. And I remembered.
Oh, great.
I started a number of actual work songs
right.
this summer. So anyway.
Reminds us the purpose of music aside from performance. It's
exactly.
Everyday thing. Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to get in the way too much of all the great stuff you're going to share. So I'm just going to say thanks, and I'll hand it over to you, everyone. Jennifer Armstrong.
Okay. I'm just going to do one little thing here. And I'll be back. There we go. So I'm excited to be here. I had a great time at the banjo workshop. We actually learned 2 tunes, and I sent Tab for a 3rd one. So I know that that's all been recorded and posted if anyone missed it and wants to go and learn Cold Frosty Morning, Soldier's Joy, and take a look at Coleman's March. Well, last week I celebrated my 63rd birthday and realized that I've been teaching fiddle for 50 years and playing for 55 years because I began when I was 8. And when Dudley Laufman came into the banjo workshop earlier and asked, when are you going to tell a story? I thought, well, I'll tell a story tonight about how I first learned to play the fiddle. And I was fortunate enough to grow up in a musical family in a suburb north of Chicago. My parents, George and Jerry Armstrong, were called the mom and pop of the Chicago folk music scene. And they hosted many, many musicians who were traveling through town. And when I was 8, they were hosting Michael Gorman, a fiddle player from County Sligo, Ireland, and his musical partner, Margaret Berry, the Irish Tinker Lady. And Michael at the time was in his 80s, and I was 8. And I would sit at his feet and listen to him tell stories and play the fiddle. And I wanted to be just like him when I grew up. So I asked him how he'd learned to play the fiddle. And he told me this. He said, well, I learned from a neighbor of mine, lived up the road a piece. And when the chores were done at the evening, I'd take my fiddle and I'd start out to his house. Had to cross a little creek, go across a field. Now, he'd play me a phrase of music, and I'd answer it back. And he'd play the next phrase and I'd answer it back. And in that way I would learn tune after tune. But you know, coming home of a night when there was no moon and the stars were hid by clouds, it could be that dark in that field. You couldn't see the hand in front of your face. And one night, I was coming home from a lesson when this white shape came looming up out of the dark. It came closer and closer. It was a great white horse, red eyes, foaming mouth, pawing the ground. Well, I took off running, don't you see? That white horse right behind me. I could feel its hot breath on my neck. Well, I dashed across the creek and I turned behind to look. And that horse had stopped on the far side of the creek. For you see, it was a ghost horse. And a ghost can't cross running water. So I was safe that night. But sure, the next time I was coming home from a lesson on a dark night, I was that scared. I played my fiddle as I went along. Tune after tune, I was doing just grand. When a little voice spoke behind me. Hey, Mick Gorman. Well, I turned around to look, and you won't believe it, but it's as true as I'm standing here in front of you tonight. There behind me was a wee little man, not but 3 feet tall, dressed all in green, pointed hat, buckled shoes. I took off running again, little man behind me all the way, shouting, Mick Gorman. Well, I didn't stop. I didn't turn around. I was that scared. I didn't even open the door at home. I dove through the open window. And the next day, I went to see the village priest, tell him what was going on in that field up there. What with ghost horses, little men and all. Well, the priest looked me in the eye and he said, Mick, you did the right thing with getting across running water. That was a smart thing to do, lad. But surely that was a leprechaun chasing you the other night. Now, if you'd looked that leprechaun straight in the eye, not looked away for nothing, he'd have had to give you his pot of gold. Well, I heard Michael telling that story and I thought, oh, Michael's a leprechaun sure enough. He's a wee little man, right accent, plays the fiddle. I said, teach me the very first tune you learned to play. And he said, that would be the Green Mountain Reel. It went a bit like this. I said that was the first tune you learned to play? Did you learn slower ones as you went along? He said, well, I could teach you a slower tune, a hornpipe called The Boys of Blue Hill. Well, that sounded good to me. Green mountains and blue hills were close enough. So he played a phrase of music and I answered it back. And he played the next phrase of music and I answered it back. And in that way, he taught me The Boys of Blue Hill. And then he asked, would I come down to this Irish pub on the south side of Chicago and play it with him? Did I want to? Play with my hero? Of course I wanted to. So the big night came. We went down to this pub on the south side of Chicago. Irish music starts late. I was 8 years old. And Michael's partner, Margaret Barry, the Irish tinker lady, who was as round as she was tall, and had a voice that could drown out jets taking off at O'Hare, and liked her tea strong enough to trot a mouse. That means a mouse wouldn't fall in if it ran across her teacup. She looked over at me and she says, Jenny, you're too pale. A bit of Guinness stout would put the roses in your cheeks. And so she ordered me a Guinness. It arrived, great head of foam on the glass, which I ate off, to be polite. And Margaret finished it and poured me another. And we went on in that way for some time. And at last it was time to play the music. And we got up on this little tiny stage. Margaret began playing the banjo. Michael began playing the fiddle. I began moving my bow and fingers, praying I'd remember the tune. I didn't. I began praying it would just end quickly. It didn't. It went on and on. Years passed. Finally, it was over, and I turned to race off the stage when Michael put his arm around me, and he said, "Ah, Jenny, think of the notes you got right." You know how some things just take root, they grow and live in your heart. That moment has always been there. And a number of years ago, I was teaching the boys of Blue Hill hornpipe at a fiddle workshop to some Suzuki violin students down in Kentucky. We were taking a break, and I told them this story of my first time trying to play the tune in public. And on a moment's inspiration, I asked them, how many notes would you have to play right to feel good about yourselves? Oh, you could almost feel them thinking. And at last, a little boy in the front row raised his hand and he said, "At least one." I wasn't that good to myself when I was 8. I practiced Boys of Blue Hill hornpipe till I could play it in my sleep. And the following spring, I entered a big Irish music competition there in Chicago. I played the Boys of Blue Hill and won first place. But that wasn't really the best part. The best part was this old man coming up from the back of the hall. He had tears in his eyes, and he said, "Thank you for that tune. That was real Sligo fiddling." I felt I was back home again in Ireland. And that's when I knew Sligo County fiddler Michael Gorman was a leprechaun. For I'd been given the pot of gold. Here's the Boys of Blue Hill hornpipe. Thank you. Well, let's see. I'm not quite sure how much time I have, but
You got another 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, great. Thank you, Neil. So I think I will play a quick banjo song, and since I just did a banjo workshop, and then sing you this new song I've just written. So let me grab the banjo. This is one you can sing on. The chorus says this. Chickens crowing on the sourwood mountain. Hey, hey, diddle all day. So many pretty girls I can't count. Hey, hey, diddle all day. Chickens crowing on the sourwood mountain. Hey, hey, diddle all day. So many pretty girls I can't count. Hey, hey, diddle all day. Birds are girls of a feather. Hey, hey, diddle all day. See them out in the garden together. Hey, hey, diddle all day. Chickens crowing on the sourwood mountain. Hey, hey, diddle all day. So many pretty girls I can't count. Hey, hey, diddle all day. See them bathe in a dusty hollow. Hey, hey, diddle all day, cracking all the bugs that they can swallow. Hey, hey, diddle all day, chickens crowing on the sourwood mountain. Hey, hey, diddle all day, so many pretty girls I can't count. Hey, hey, diddle all day. Well, this is certainly a lot going on in these times. It's always challenging. And yet somehow I still feel, and this is proof of it, that there's still so much love and community and possibility in our world and for all of us. So this song is one I've just written called I Feel It in My Bones. And of course, you're welcome to sing on the chorus. I might start with the chorus so that you get to hear it a number of times. If I'm inspired to do a little hand clapping thing, I might try that, since you're always a good audience to try things on, those fiddle campers. I'm not sure how that will go with the sound on this video, so I may not. But anyway, if that's what happens, that's what I'm doing. We'll see. All right. Find a good key. Here's the chorus. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. I don't know, but feel it in my bones. A whole lot of loving going on. Whole lot of loving. Loving, a whole lot of loving going on. Oh yes, a whole lot of loving. Loving, a whole lot of loving going on. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. Whole lot of loving, loving. Whole lot of loving going on. The sky is growing darker, there's a storm coming on. This world is spinning out of time. Fires are raging and the flood waters rise, but something is nudging in my mind. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. A whole lot of loving, loving, whole lot of loving going on. Mothers, fathers singing lullabies at night, shelter sharing warmth and bread. We're looking in the shadows, bringing faults to light, and a whole lot of prayers are being said. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. Whole lot of loving going on. Whole lot of loving, loving, a whole lot of loving going on. Loving, whole lot of loving, whole lot of loving going on. Well, plagues are upon us of sickness and of greed, of lies that are tearing us apart. We're resisting, we are marching, and we're never turning back, for courage keeps growing in our hearts. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. A whole lot of loving going on. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones. There's a whole lot of loving going on. There's a whole lot of loving, loving, whole lot of loving going on. There's a whole lot of loving, loving, a whole lot of loving going on. And there's a whole lot of loving going on. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer Armstrong, everyone. Such a great performance. Always love to have her stories at camp, and it's great to get them here, even though we can't be at camp this year. And a special extra thanks to her for jumping in without any warning, just today, pretty much. So definitely check out her website, look her up. Jennifer's amazing. We are gonna go back to my co-host, our camp director, Doug Protsik, right now and check in. Hey, Doug, you there?
Hey, I am Neil.
Doug, we've got a bit of an echo there,
no.
But it's pretty dramatic. I think it fits the segment, actually. So
Okay, I think you might be right, actually, because I've been feeling very nostalgic about Maine Fiddle Camp, and I kind of want to go into the cyber spheric experience. Yes. Oh, those wonderful days at Maine Fiddle Camp. Oh, I can just see the beautiful lake. Oh, yes. Maybe if everybody kind of imagine that with me. Wait a minute. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. My psychospheric experience is not activating. I might have to leave you for a moment. So I'll leave you and try to come back.
Okay, Doug. In the meantime, the mystical, whatever that psycho cyber energy Doug was throwing out seems to have summoned an unexpected surprise guest into our studio. So I think we're gonna see what happens. There's some presence in the studio I didn't expect. So here we go. Let's see who it is. Hey, would you look at that? Wait, here. It's Dave Reiner. Welcome, Dave. Oh, Doug, I think we got you back here too.
That's great. Happy to be here.
Yeah, good to see you, Dave. Thanks for making it. For be a special secret surprise guest. And
Yeah, I had to throw a couple things in, a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of Irish, a little bit of old time, just to cover a few bases.
yes, just like you do at Fiddle Hell, which is coming right up too. We're getting excited about that.
Oh yeah, we're in full planning mode for that. I can tell you a little bit about it if you'd like.
Sure, please do.
And of course, you've been there, and you'll be there again this year, and so will Neil. So by the numbers, it's November 5th through 8th, but everything's going to be replayable for 3 months. We have 235 sessions, which is 35 concerts, 35 jams, and 165 workshops. We hit fiddle, mandolin, cello, old-time banjo, guitar, bit of singing in there, and all kinds of styles, just about everything you can think of. I think we've got that in common. We have a lot of things in common with Maine Fiddle Camp, but Irish, Scottish, Cape Breton, Southern old time, New England, bluegrass, Quebecois, swing, blues, electric with looping, Swedish, klezmer, East European for all levels. And because you've been there, it's
I have. I love it. You have a wonderful program. You give out a lot of wonderful events and concerts and workshops, and it's an awesome thing. Too bad we can't do it literally, but this virtual thing, I'm sure will work out fine. Best we can do.
Well, I came to virtual Maine Fiddle Camp and had a good time, and felt like there were a lot of good things about online. It's not quite the same. It's not you're out there under the trees together at Maine Fiddle Camp, but a lot of good things. And in fact, we have a bunch of instructors and many of the attendees who have been to Maine Fiddle Camp. I could list off a couple of instructors. We have, I think, 110 of them, believe it or not, who are either performing or teaching. Katie McNally, Baron Collins Hill coming in from the other coast, Pascal Gem, Becky Tracy and Keith Murphy, Eric Favreau. On the Scottish side, Jenna Moynihan, Jay Unger and Molly Mason, and I saw them do a cameo for you. Ben Hunter, McKinley James, Daniel Hawkins, who I took a cello lesson from during Maine Fiddle Camp, Chinoa Alamu, my son Andy Reiner, who I know you know from there, Issa Burke, George Fowler, Shauna Eisenberg, Rob Flax, he's a crazy looper, Lorraine and Bennett Hammond, Ken and Brad Kolodner, Kathy Mason, Pam Weeks, Kevin Burke, the Irish fiddler, Eamon Sefton, Andrea Beaton, Jason Anick, Judy Hyman, Bruce Molsky, Karen Casey, the singer, Daryl Anger, Christian Howes, Abby Newton, Emery Lester on mandolin. And that's about a quarter of who we've got.
Yes, I know.
You know, a lot of wonderful people.
Well, I look forward to doing a couple of workshops there myself, so that'll be great. Thanks for showing up here at Maestro Bistro and supporting Maine Fiddle Camp, and we look forward to Fiddle Hell this year, virtual Fiddle Hell coming right up in November.
That's great. Coming up in 3 weeks. And one last comment, we have plenty of scholarship money left. So if you can't afford it for some reason, let us know and we'll help you out.
Great. That's just how Maine Fiddle Camp works too. If you can't afford to come, we'll make it work somehow. We just want you there.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Dave,
Thanks, Neil.
I had one last question for you, Dave. I believe you were saying something to me about there's an event, a sort of a preview event happening tomorrow night that people could check out.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to be on Zoom and on Facebook. I bet you could probably bring up the event, but it's something like meet the instructors, see the instructors. You can also see those at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/fiddlehell. But if you go to Fiddle Hell Massachusetts Facebook group, then you'll see the event there in it.
I've just thrown it in the chat for people too, so if you're looking for a link, you can just click on the link right out of the chat. Thanks so much for coming and playing a couple tunes and telling us about Fiddle Hell, Dave. This is it's going to be a great event, another great virtual fiddle event.
Delighted to be here. Looking forward to it. Thanks again.
Welcome to the studio. You bet. Oh, Neil.
Yeah. Well, Doug, is that Psycho Cyber thing working?
I think I'm starting to feel the vibe, but I need your music. I need your music to get me in the mood, and I think we might be able to try this again here. Oh yes, that's right. That's where I want to feel. I want to feel like I'm back at Maine Fiddle Camp, and then I'm conjuring up the images that we all are missing this year. Oh, the beautiful lake. I can just see it now. Ah, yes, the beautiful lake filled with water in June. Isn't that great? Oh, I can just imagine playing the fiddle down by the water in August when there isn't quite as much water. But oh, I can just vision that. I can just see that. And then, if you're walking in and you see the tent coming in, and everybody's in the main tent. Oh, it's so exciting. There's all kinds of, you get down the road and you see, look at that. You just see the tent and everybody gathering and you're getting so excited. Oh, this is a wonderful psycho-cyric experience. Oh, yes. And then there's all kinds of jamming going on in the tent and workshops under a main tent. And and then performances. I can just remember the performances. Oh, they're just all kinds of people, staff and campers playing together, collaborating. Why, you never know. You may even have a special surprise guest sometime. And look, I can remember even getting to accompany some of the special secret surprise guests. Oh, that's so great. And then there's nothing like the campfire at night and the singing that we've got. Oh, what wonderful memories. I'm just conjuring them all up here in the cyberspheric experience. So, oh, yes, indeed. So I guess that's it for now. But boy, thank you for joining me in that little bit of nostalgic reverie.
Wow, that was great. Thanks for the inaugural installment of Doug's Psycho Cybersphere. Cybersphere?
Cybersphere.
Right. Got it.
Doug's Psycho Cybersphere.
Right. Well, that's fantastic. I'm seeing lots of people writing in the comments all about what they've been eating. Got some cool recipes and things popping in.
Oh, great.
A delicious looking chicken with ginger and garlic and hot peppers. So as you see, we're seeing your comments here. We might pop a couple of them up on the screen a bit later. So definitely let us know what you're having. I know some of you, it isn't dinner time. Some of you were saying you're watching from the West Coast, but whatever you're eating while you're watching, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. But I don't want to take any more time away from our next amazing performer. So Doug, if you don't mind, we'll head over there.
Head right over on.
All right. So our next performer, she's part of the new guard of Maine Fiddle Camp staff. She's been doing a whole lot with the virtual fiddle camp over the past few months and taught a fantastic, very well-attended fiddle workshop as part of our workshops this afternoon. If you didn't know yet that we're doing these Maestro Bistros paired with workshops beforehand from all the instructors, now you know, and you should sign up for the workshops next time if you didn't. More about next time at the end of the show, but I'm going to bring on now, and she's got a couple of friends with her. I can't wait to hear what music they've cooked up. Here is Helen Newell. Hey, Helen.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Thank
you. We're really excited to be playing.
Yeah, where are you joining us from?
We're in Boston. I'm going to Berkeley right now, College of Music. And
right. How's that going with pandemic school?
Right now, so online school, but
right.
We're still in Boston anyway. And I'm joined by my friends Ben and Pranav. And Ben is taking a semester off, but he's going to be going to NEC for his master's in contemporary improv.
Sweet.
We're both going to Berkeley, so yeah.
Exciting. So you guys have a new project in the works?
Yeah, we haven't named yet, but we started a new band, and we're really excited to show you guys some of the stuff we're going to be doing. We are missing one member, but we have a lot of original tunes and some favorites as well, old favorites.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I'm going to pop up on the screen in a bit. Your website. Are there other good ways for people to find out what's going on with this new project as it comes together?
Yeah, so we'll probably be making a website for it or something in the future, but I'll put that up on my website, or you can just find me on Facebook too.
Okay, great. Good to know. So I'm going to get off the screen here and hand it over to you. Everyone, make welcome Helen and friends. Oops, that was me on the screen.
All right, so we're going to get started with a little set of favorite tunes, Vladimir Steamboat, and then we're going to go into Annalise's. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Let's just get started. All right. 1, 2, go. Steamboat and Anne Lacey's, and with some great counterpoint that Ben composed. And speaking of composing, this next tune we're calling Mango Salsa, that Ben wrote very recently, I think, right? Fairly recently?
2 days ago?
Yeah. So we're just going to do a little range into that. And yeah. Want to start?
Yeah.
Hey, I think we're having a technical difficulty here.
Yeah, I think
You lost your mic there.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Okay. Let's just.
What happened?
The mic got disconnected somehow.
I don't know how. What happened?
If you if you're able to jump in around where you were, now we can hear you. Okay. See you.
Let's start the A part. A, B, A, B.
Fast A?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So we've got one more tune for you guys. Without drums this time, unfortunately. But we're gonna play my favorite waltz at the time, which is called Katrina. I'm pretty sure Lisa Schneckenberger wrote it, and I know Child's Play has a recording of it too. But yeah, it's my favorite waltz at the moment, so we're gonna play that. And I hope everyone's doing well and is enjoying their dinners and snacks and stuff. All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Helen, and everyone. Can't wait to find out what's going on with the band name and the rest of the music. It's going to be a really cool project to follow. So everyone, we have this link for Helen's website. That's a good place to go if you don't have Helen on Facebook and you want to follow up and find out what's going on with that band. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, we have one more performer, but just before we do, we're just gonna we have a couple things to announce. I'm gonna bring back on Doug to chat. Hey, Doug.
Hey, wow, that was fantastic from Helen and friends. Oh my goodness, that was really inspiring.
Yeah, really.
And Guess what? We have some guests here that are stopping by the studio just to say hello, and we're going to start off with the mother of Helen Newell, Katie Newell. Hey, bring on Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hi. Hi, can you see me?
We
Yes.
can. You
Oh,
look
boy.
great.
I made it. I made it onto the screen. That's amazing.
People are always asking me how you're doing and everything, since the fire, and I tell them you're doing great, but you can tell them yourself.
I will. I'm doing great, and we're really hoping to start building the new house really soon in the next few weeks. It'll have 2 pianos and a ping pong table. Those are the main features, and big windows. And
I know.
and
There's a camper that's dying to give you a whole bunch of furniture and everything. She's can equip your whole house, she says. So
oh boy, well, I think we might have to wait a few weeks for that.
well, she's going to store it for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Great. And I'm so grateful for all the love and support from our wonderful Maine Fiddle Camp community, which is so dear to my heart. So thank you all. And I hope you all come to visit us in our new house soon.
Oh boy, looking forward to some music parties there.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, you're
great.
still doing lots of music and teaching, and we've got a little video here of your local band playing for a nursing home. Tell us about that.
Right. The Oyster Creek Fiddlers are a bunch of my students. We've been playing together forever, and we sure miss each other during the pandemic. So, around late August, we started getting together in people's yards, and then we thought we should go on the road. So we decided to go around to some of the local retirement communities and play in their yards or outside the windows while they were having supper and so on. And we've had a really fun time doing that over the last month or so. So I think this video might have been taken at one of those events.
Well, we could just take a quick look at it a little bit and get a feel for your little community music. There we go.
Oh, there we are. Right.
Yeah. Look at
We're
that
the-
on the porch, nice and safe.
And we're all masked, and we're the Oyster Creek Banditos.
Yeah. Turkey in the straw. Well, that's great. All right. Perfect. How sweet is that? That's fantastic. So the music lives on and you're safe and everything is okay. So
Life goes on. We're
life
moving
goes on. Yes.
Right.
And thank goodness we have the music to help us keep our spirits up. So
Absolutely. And I couldn't miss any, I always try and get to my daughter's concerts. So it's really good we have them online now, eh?
how about that? What a wonderful daughter you've got there. What amazing talent she is. So it was great to have her part of the show, and great. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Doug.
And we're going to get you here at one of the Maestro Bistro Pluses real soon too, I hope.
All right. Sounds good. I'll start practicing.
All right. Okay. And, I think we might have another person that's just dropping by, somebody who's going to be in next month's Maestro Bistro. So let's bring on Mr. Dudley Laufman here. There we go.
Yeah,
Great dance tune.
yeah. I wasn't expecting anything. I just was going to watch stuff, but now I'm here. I'm at the Maestro Bistro in a month. My workshop is going to be social dancing at the bar, social aspects of bar dancing at the main fiddle camp, but also other places. So that's the workshop. It's going to be Q&A.
Yes, I'm
And
looking forward to that. I want to participate in that and
I'll tell some stories too, and tell some jokes.
get the history and get the perspective on the dancing. The dancing aspect is so important to this music, and you represent that so well. And especially with your repertoire of tunes too, they're always great dance tunes, and that's what to me that's the fundamental thing about all this music is that it's a social
I'll
dance.
tell a story too, Doug. I'll tell a story, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
All right, and a joke.
Yeah, that'll be fine. You can do all of that as well,
Okay.
even more. So we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
You're on the lineup for next month, Maestro Bistro Plus. Dudley Laufman, everybody. Thanks for showing up and stopping by for a quick visit in the studio. Okay.
Wow, that's exciting. Surprise.
It is. We got
If you have next month.
a lineup for next month's already set. So that's
Pretty
great.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
so keep an eye for the fully confirmed lineup to be announced soon. But I believe we got Dudley, we got Ed Howe, and more. But let me just we'll talk more about that later. I do want to remind people quickly. I popped it in the chat there, but these all of these online programs and things from Maine Fiddle Camp are supported by your donations. So if you are inclined to help support that, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, you can donate at this PayPal link. And if you have trouble remembering that, just head over to Maine Fiddle Camp's website and you can find out more about the upcoming programs, watch the next month's bistro, sign up for the workshops, and find donation links there as well. But we have had a really packed show, and I want to get to our final artist and hear his music. So I think we're going to head over there.
Okay. Although I did notice there were some nice food comments coming in from people, so thank you. It's making me awfully hungry.
We did get a few. Let me just highlight a couple. We had some blue crabs and oysters.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting. Let me look back here and see what else we got.
Looks great, Stacy.
What are you eating in there, Doug?
Actually, I just had brown. I'm sort of fasting today, actually. So far it's just brown rice with a little cinnamon and a little bit of maple syrup and a little bit of butter.
Right. Well, I always get so caught up in making these shows happen that I don't eat until after. But I think we got some dinner popping up after. I might talk about it at the end here. But let's get over.
Well, we're hoping that people send in some videos too about food as well. So that might be another nice way to get the food aspect going here at Maestro.
Yeah, definitely. Bistro. We're all about getting the audience involved. So if you have something you want to share with us in the next show, reach out and let us know.
Yes, we want to get the campers involved in the show itself in a multitude of ways. You can visit us in the studio, you can make a video, or you can send us what your dinner is and we'll post it. So great.
Yep. Okay. Right. Well, I'll talk to you afterwards, Doug. I'm going to head over to our next performer, who is if you've been to Maine Fiddle Camp, you're going to know his face and know his playing, although you normally hear him playing as an incredible accompanist of most of the camp. But here we get to hear him play solo, which doesn't usually happen. Hey, Owen Marshall, welcome to the show.
Hey, Neil, great to be here. You hear me okay?
Yeah, we can. Sounds good. What do you got for us today?
Well, it's a good question. I've not been playing hardly at all. So this was a good impetus to try to dust off the rust. I'll get the question out there for everyone who's wondering. Here's my finger. That's about as straight. Oh, I got a little straighter. There it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but not all the way there.
For those of you who don't know Owen, had a pretty nasty finger injury last year, so we're all really happy to see it working again.
Mostly working. But anyways, yeah, I just thought I would give that update. And as Katie was talking about all the support that she got, her house burning down, and also the huge amount of support I received from this community after my re-injury of my hand, I'm really grateful and definitely miss all of you very, very, very much. So,
yeah. Well, Yeah, the feeling is mutual, and very excited to have you here and listen to what you got to play. So maybe I'll pop in a bit later, but I'm going to hand it over to you to play some tunes.
Sure.
Thanks, Owen.
Yeah, I've not been playing much. I kind of will play a tune that pops in my head. That's about it. And then I'll go do something else for a couple days, and then I'll play another tune. And it's all very unfocused. So it's kind of interesting to try to string something together that people want to listen to. Two jigs with a kind of questionable transition in there. As I said, I haven't really been playing like sets of tunes. I just kind of play whatever I'm into at the moment. So, big step. 2 tunes together. Whoa. The first one was called Bull Doherty, Irish jig. I believe has words to it. And the second one was The Hawthorne Hedge. That was the name of that one, I believe. I have been just trying to sort of think of what to play, and sort of my COVID project. It's not been hairstyling, as you can tell, but I bought a banjo from a friend who, actually the luthier who built my guitar, good friend Matt Arcara. He's in Portland, Maine. Great builder. He builds guitars and banjos. And yeah, my hand's working okay, but I kind of wanted something to play during COVID that was not familiar. I wanted to kind of have a new thing to do. So I got a 5-string banjo, and I got it fretless. It's half fretless. Frets up here, no frets down here. And, I'll give this a shot. Yeah. Play Little Billy Wilson. I like to play this with my buddies Alden and Glenn. You all know them. Here we go. It's ironic that I did a workshop today on right-hand fundamentals, and that's all for picked instruments. I'm still working on my clawhammer fundamentals, falling apart all over, left and right. But I hope, like myself and I think a lot of us are, using this opportunity to accrue some new skills, work on some new stuff, and I don't know, try to make the most of it. I don't know, what should I do? I'll do one more thing, I guess, for you. Yes, that's my website, Owen Marshall Music. Check it out. Built by the webmaster himself, Alden Robinson. We keep it in the family at Main Fiddle Camp. I'm just kind of playing new instruments that I got. I got that banjo recently. My guitar I've had a while now, but this is a new instrument I got that I'm really excited about. And yeah, I'm just going to do things I'm excited about. It's hard to find things that are exciting these days. But this is a little nylon string guitar, nylon string tenor guitar. It was built in New York for, I think, some Puerto Rican musicians. And it got to me by way of Joel Eckhouse, great ukulele player and luthier. Yeah, during my mentioned injury, kind of was losing my mind. Couldn't play anything, but started to listen to music more and more, and really started to appreciate it, and did some deep dives on some stuff. And I was definitely aware of Willie Nelson, who isn't, but realized how amazing he was. During my injury, listening to music. I was cleaning the kitchen one day, my hand in my splint, being safe, one hand crawling around, cleaning all the cupboards, and this song came up, and I listened to it a million times. So I tortured you with banjo playing. That was strategic. So my singing will seem a little bit better. devil for my pay. But that lucky old sun has got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Fuss with my woman, toil for my kids, work till I'm wrinkled and gray. But that lucky old sun has got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Lord above, can't you hear me crying? Tears are in my eyes. Send me a cloud with a silver lining. Take me to paradise. Show me that river. Take me across. Wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, I'll have nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Lord above, can't you hear me crying? Tears are in my eyes. Send me a cloud with a silver lining. Take me to paradise. Show me that river. Take me across. Wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, I have nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Like that lucky old sun, I have nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Thus concludes my very random Maestro Bistro.
Thank you so much, Owen.
Oh, pleasure.
Very beautiful. There's lots of as for the whole show. There have been lots of people making comments about how much they're enjoying everything. But there's one comment I just wanted to bring up, let you know that you got here on YouTube. Amadeus Mozart appreciated it. So,
hey, big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little known was he a firefighter, apparently. Yeah, great.
Oh, yes. Have you had your dinner yet? Are you about an early before the show eater or afterwards?
I've been working on my dinner. I have been, as some people might know, I've kind of like, I've had a 180 in my career where my hobby is now my job, where I've been actually cooking full time now.
Right.
Previously been a full-time musician and cooked for fun, but now I have been cooking at Preble Street, which is a homeless shelter and resource center here in Portland, Maine. So I've been banging out 600 meals, feeding 600 people a day, usually 3 days a week.
Incredible.
But
that is a lot of food.
It is a lot of food. I made 300 pounds of bolognese sauce the other day.
Wow.
And it was really good. It came out great, so it's pretty fun.
That's a whole different game, misery.
Yeah.
What
are you doing for dinner, Neil?
Well, some friend of mine works at the Purple Street Resource Center.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah, and sometimes they have extra food.
Oh.
And so sometimes if you live nearby and have a friend who works there, they'll bring you some of what was going to go bad otherwise, and they don't have a use for it. So, mysteriously, we got a fresh duck or frozen duck here, and so yeah, it's kind of amazing. And I think they might be coming out of the oven just around now.
Oh, hey,
Oh, look, here's Katie McRae.
That looks ducking
Check out our
awesome.
duck.
Wow.
Well, it just so happens, I also happen to have my own.
Oh, what?
No way.
Whoa, roast duck for everyone. Yeah.
It's a duck festival today.
Yeah.
Great.
Ducktastic.
Well, that's fantastic. I am very excited to eat this, and thank you, Katie, for taking care of it while I was
How'd it come
preparing
out?
the show today.
It's good. I ended up making. Owen and I were texting earlier today. I was asking his advice on cooking a duck. So I did kind of that dry rub that you suggested with some cornstarch to keep the skin really crispy. But then I made a reduction with some apple cider that was in our fridge.
I did that too for our duck too.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, apologies to all the vegans and vegetarians in the audience, but we're going to be enjoying this tonight to celebrate another best ever Maestro Bistro. And thank you, Owen, for your participation and contributing such beautiful music to this.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks. I do what I can.
Well, I think this wraps us up. So I'm going to say goodbye, Owen, and we'll bring Doug back here.
Great.
Doug, are you there?
I am. Well,
Hey.
here I am.
Yeah.
I got
Well.
repositioned a little bit, but yes. Oh, Owen, that was really great. I really enjoyed his set there. That was tremendous. You don't get a chance to hear him do a solo thing, so that was some silver lining right there. So, but I think it might be time for us to duck out of here.
Yeah.
Because my popcorn is coming here soon, and I gotta get my popcorn going. So
we better get this done quickly.
Oh yes, indeed. So
sorry about that.
Yeah. So hey, it has been a wonderful show. We did a little fall de rol. We had some special guests. We accomplished a lot. I think this definitely was the best ever. So maybe while you sort of send us off, I'll kind of play the Maestro Bistro theme. And thanks everybody for attending. Really wonderful, and look forward to the next Maestro Bistro.
Yeah, well, that's our show, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Next month, we're going to have another bistro on the third Saturday of the month. What is that? That is November 21st. So mark your calendars at the same time, and definitely you want to check out those workshops from Dudley and from Ed. And we'll announce the full lineup this coming week, so get on the mailing list if you're not there. Check out the website. I'm going to let Doug play us out, say sign off. So take care, have a good month. Talk to you soon.